But it's been real interesting the last couple of days. I've posted a bunch of George Carlin quotes, pieces from his stand-up bits, or just things that he said over the years. And a lot of people are very offended by the things that he has to say. That's nothing new. George Carlin was always looked at as a very offensive, outspoken, free-thinking, stand-up philosopher. It's not shocking that people are offended by George Carlin's sayings. But it is very interesting that people are more offended by words than they are offended by actions. They are more obsessed with making sure that you shut the fuck up and fall in line than they are about their own personal freedoms. Some guy on Instagram was calling me out about, name one instance where the government used political correctness to end free speech. I basically told him, governments don't even need to implement any sort of new laws or regulations because people like yourself, the PC police, will do it for them. The PC police will shut down people that say things that go against the narrative. The government doesn't even need to make laws. We've created a society where everyone is more than willing to throw each other under the bus and to rat each other out. It's kind of like the microchip argument. A lot of people think that we're going to get microchips so they can keep track of us. Why would they need to do that when everyone's got a supercomputer in their pocket that's tracking everything they do? You don't need to force tracking devices on people when people will beg and pay for and love the fact that they have tracking devices in their back pocket. But this guy was talking about, give me an example of government using political correctness to end free speech. And I hit him back with the fact that Donald Trump in 2019 passed a new bill stating that on college campuses, you are not allowed to criticize the nation of Israel. You will be considered hateful and using hate speech if you criticize the government of another country. Nothing in the verbiage there about Jewish people. Nothing about Jews or anti-Semitism. It was sold in the media under the guise of it's an anti-defamation law that applies to anti-Semitism. But that's not what it is. It's basically law written to say you're not allowed to criticize the Israeli government. It has nothing to do with Jews or Jewish people. It's saying that you are committing hate speech by speaking out against a foreign government. Could you imagine if there was a law put on the books that you are committing hate speech if you criticize the government of Russia, the government of China, the government of England? That would be insane, right? But apparently it's not insane when the government in the US makes a law where you are forbidden from criticizing the Israeli government. Funny that. Right there, crystal clear, black and white, that is the US government using political correctness to limit your free speech. It would be funny if it wasn't true. Seems like a joke, right? But you can't make this shit up. This is the world we live in. The real world is stranger than fiction. I feel like we're living in some sort of a sci-fi novel right now. There are obvious parallels to 1984, Brave New World, Idiocracy, WALL-E, and countless other stories that sci-fi writers have written in the past. A lot of it is becoming real life. Hey everybody, thanks a lot for checking this out. Make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below If you want to support the podcast, you can always go to riffsordie.com and pick up some merch. You can also go to patreon.com/riffsordie and subscribe to become a patron. Feel free to shoot me an email at podcast@riffsordie.com. All questions and comments are welcome. Thanks a lot for your support. Take care, everybody.